Now, if we think of history as this linear progression from caveman to us,
Yeah.
and we hear about autonomous weapons that were written in the Mahabharata somewhere around 2,000 plus years ago, we go, well, mythology.
Yeah.
But if not, if there's been some sort of rise and fall of civilization, if there
Yeah.
has been catastrophic, whatever it is, asteroid impacts,
Yeah.
shifting of the poles, whatever it is,
Yeah.
that's caused great disasters, you can imagine that these people are remembering a time where there was some sort of very advanced civilization. And this is what they're describing. Like, if you knew for a fact that there had been a great advanced, technologically advanced civilization, when we have evidence that they had some technology, like the pyramids of Giza and stuff, like, how did you
Yeah.
do that? I don't. How,
Yeah.
There's some technology involved, right?
Yeah.
But we don't have evidence of the technology.
Yeah.
But if we did, if we knew for a fact, you would look at the Mahabharata and go, oh, this is history. They're just explaining it in a kind of crude contemporary way for the time, arrows instead of, semi-autonomous drones
Yeah.
with exploding heads on them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we have now. All those things that they're describing, hydrogen bomb, semi-autonomous and autonomous drones. I mean, they have autonomous fighter jets now. Like, they don't need people anymore. Like, this, we're in that area right now. So when you read about something like that from the Mahabharata, you go like, okay, what was really going on?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's always been my fascination with those epics, and the level of detail with which they described all these weapons and who had access, different levels of access, the status required to have access, and how it was used in the wars, different formations of the soldiers. Like, they had all these like crazy formation structures, like forming the army like a lotus, forming the army like a there's something called a chakravyuha, like literally like it has to have concentric circles, so you cannot like actually get into the innermost circle without going through the outer circles, and then you can get killed by each of the flanks whenever you're trying to enter in. And the secret of how to actually break into these vyuhas means formations, was only known to a few people. And it's incredible. Like, you could say, okay, like somebody had to be extremely skillful to have that sort of like visualizations and imaginations of describing a story like that. And obviously, like, Tolkien has done an amazing job with Lord of the Rings, in creating so much detail. At the same time, like, a lot of it actually coming true in real life in some form. Again, not exactly the same weapons, but similar style, makes you wonder, was there actually something around then? And people have tried excavations in all these areas. There's like two main areas in the Mahabharata. Hastinapur was the name of the kingdom. And people have done excavations around there and have like found some artifacts that might date back to those years. But there are also some details that are described in the epics that don't quite align with reality. For example, all the main warriors in that era were described as like very tall, very big, 7, 8 feet, whatever. I don't even know exact numbers, but our history studies by archaeologists also say that people who lived in those years in those regions were probably not more than 6 feet tall.